Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, back with another Sims Info and Thoughts video. So, I was not expecting to be recording a video this late, but we got a pretty interesting leak, this time coming from Comic Book Resources. So, an article of theirs has leaked early. I think this was supposed to be posted tomorrow since we got the live stream. That should reveal a bunch of details since overall they've still kept pretty hush-hush about this pack. But this article, it's not actually publicly available on Comic Book Resources' website, but Sims Community does have a cached version of the article, so we can actually still go through it. There's some pretty exciting details revealed that have me a lot more hyped for this pack and the upcoming update now. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So there isn't too much for me to highlight in this particular paragraph here, but it does confirm that yes, high school does work much like active careers, and that high school will involve 2 classes per day, which will improve different skills. In this paragraph, they do talk about how body hair is going to be base game, and that high school years will add some more teen-specific options, such as wispy, barely visible facial hair. And it also does confirm my speculation that, yeah, some of the clothing is only available through the rotating stock of the thrift store. I'm really glad that this is the case, so that we can still have sort of what The Sims 2 had with clothes shopping and getting new clothes that way, while still retaining the whole thing that we've had for the past almost 8 years, where most of the clothing is available immediately, for those who rather just have a lot of clothing just available from the start. But here's where things get really interesting. So it says there are 4 new teen-specific aspirations: Live Fast, Drama Llama, Admired Icon, and Goal-Oriented. Each follows a different teen trope and impacts the new Wants and Fears system, which is coming as part of the coinciding base game update, a spiritual successor to the abandoned whim system. Wants and Fears are moment-to-moment goals that are more personal to the particular sim. For instance, a goal-oriented sim may fear failing an upcoming exam or not achieving their dreams. So yeah, there we go. Wants and fears are a thing for sure. Thank goodness. I was really worried about being disappointed with that. And having aspirations that are specific to teenagers is a really great step in the right direction for sure. Hopefully both of these things make a huge impact with how fun the gameplay is. I'm just wondering, what are the consequences going to be if a sim ends up actually realizing a lot of their fears? In The Sims 2, Wants and Fears also tied directly into the aspiration meter, which is not a thing in The Sims 4, because in The Sims 2, the aspiration meter, the higher the meter is, the happier the sim is as well, especially if it maxes out at platinum level aspiration. But then if you let it drop too low by ending up running into your sim's fears, like having them realized, or just not even doing any of their wants, then they'll end up having a mental breakdown, and then a doctor will appear and it'll make them feel a bit better temporarily, but you gotta still do some wants pretty soon, otherwise they'll have another breakdown. So I'm not sure if they'll do all of that again, probably not, but hopefully there is still some kind of consequence for just running into a lot of fears, or maybe just not doing any wants for a long time. So I guess we'll just have to wait for the live stream at 11 AM Pacific time to find out more details about that. So they also say additionally Sims may join clubs, develop crushes and rivalries, skip class, and much more, with rebellious options having appropriate consequences if they are caught. For instance, a Sim could sneak out of the house and pull a prank on the school, but if they are caught, they could get detention or even be expelled. Failing to graduate comes with its own consequences, from not being able to get certain jobs or not being able to go to university for those with the Discover University expansion. However, as with most things in The Sims, this is not permanent, and there are other ways for adult Sims to get their diploma after the fact. High School Years is also adding a thematically appropriate new way for Sims to develop relationships. For the first time, Sims may be asked out by NPCs or dumped by them. This allows them to start new relationships or end them, adding to the realism and drama of high school life. Yes! We finally won't need a mod to do that anymore. That's amazing. So that's going to be really fun to play around with, because then you actually feel like as if your actions matter more, because then instead of you always having to break off the relationship, your partner might do that first. Or the other way around, where if you want to ask out another sim, they might actually beat you to the punch. That's also really great that there are true consequences for getting expelled, including integration with Discover University. I'm sure a lot of people were wondering about that, especially since in a way you could kind of consider High School Years to be a sequel to Discover University. Recently it seems as though they are getting better with the whole consequences aspect, with werewolves having temperaments tying into fury that also ties into the traits, and with High School Years with the consequences of failing class or doing pranks and getting caught and getting expelled. One last big change is that we will finally be able to choose who our Sims are attracted to, because it's something that we had to do in the game, but then there's always the chance that a random Sim could start flirting with your Sim, and then it could change things up, which is not always exactly what you want. So now we have the ability to choose who our Sims are attracted to, and there's the different categories for romantic and sexual attraction. Unfortunately, the article does not go into the exact details of how you choose the orientation, but I'm guessing it is something that you can just choose in Create a Sim. But just like with things such as the pronouns and likes and dislikes, you wouldn't be forced into choosing their orientation, but you could just choose it if you want to, and then if you don't, it would just work the same way that the game always has. It's definitely one of those things that just makes me wonder, why wasn't this put into the game earlier? And I'm not just talking about The Sims 4, but the Sims franchise in general, but it is good that they are finally doing this. So overall, a pretty interesting read with some definitely long-awaited changes to the game. And, well, I guess now a good amount of surprises that were planned for the live stream are now spoiled. But not everything, because we still haven't really seen that much of the new world of Copperdale. We haven't seen curved walls in action. There's probably a lot of build-buy items we haven't seen yet in Create a Sim, and just the whole, gameplay of a school day from start to finish. And also, if the social bunny thing that was mentioned in Sydney's video, if that's going to be an actual fleshed out social media feature. So again, the official live stream is starting at 11 a.m. Pacific time or 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Unfortunately, I won't be able to do my recap video right away because I'll be at work and I'll be doing a late shift, so I probably won't be putting out that video until sometime on Saturday. And that wraps up another Sims Info and Thoughts video, so feel free to let me know your thoughts on this leak in the comment section below, and be sure to subscribe if you'd like to keep up with my latest gaming content. I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!